Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Continuing reading from Canto 1, Chapter 14, text number 9 onwards.
Text 114, 44.
Huh?
We can focus this one. 114, 44.
1:14:44. What's it? One verse. Okay, whatever you suggest, we'll do that. Why? What is so important of 44? What is this? So you are doing last one. Why you are doing like this?
Because we read a few verses in
Hmm.
the chapter
Hmm.
and then we focus on one verse.
But yesterday we are reading up to text number 8, 9.
Okay, we can continue.
Which?
Whatever you say.
No, how you do here, I don't understand actually. You are going 44, the last one. Why do you decide that? How do you decide that?
There's a PDF we have.
Huh?
There's a PDF that we follow.
Acha. So what is that? Then you should have given me that PDF, no? Because I don't know what you are following. Because we are, you see, if you have told that to me, then I could have seen differently. There are certain verses very important, huh? But what to say? I don't know. Okay, let run. The left side of my body, my thighs, arms, and eyes are all quivering again and again. I am having heart palpitations due to fear. All this indicates undesirable happenings. Maharaj Yudhishthira continues, just see, O Bhima, how the sea jackal cries at the rising sun and vomits fire, and how the dog barks at me fearlessly. O Bhimsen, tiger amongst men, now useful animals like cows are passing me on my left side, and lower animals like the asses are circumambulating me. My horses appear to weep upon seeing me. Just see, this pigeon is like a messenger of death. The the shrieks of the owls and their rival crows make my heart tremble. It appears that they want to make a void of the whole universe. Just see how the smoke encircles the sky. It appears that the earth and mountains are throbbing. Just hear the cloudless thunder and see the bolts from the blue. The wind blows violently, blasting dust everywhere and creating darkness. Clouds are raining everywhere with bloody disasters. The rays of the sun are declining and the stars appear to be fighting among themselves. Confused living entities appear to be ablaze and weeping. Rivers, tributaries, ponds, reservoirs, and mines are all perturbed. Butter no longer ignites fire. What is this extraordinary time? What is going to happen? The calves do not suck the teats of the cows, nor do the cows give milk. They are standing, crying, tears in their eyes, and the bulls take no pleasure in the pasturing grounds. The deities seem to be crying in the temple, lamenting and perspiring. They seem about to leave. All the cities, villages, towns, gardens, mines, and hermitages are now devoid of beauty and bereft of all happiness. I do not know what sort of calamities are now awaiting us. I think that all these earthly disturbances indicate some greater loss to the good fortune of the world. The world was fortunate to have been marked with the footprints of the lotus feet of the Lord. These signs indicate that this will no longer be. O Bhimsen, Shaunaka, O Brahmana Shaunaka, while Maharaj Yudhishthira, observing the inauspicious signs on the earth at that time, he was thus thinking to himself, Arjuna came back from the city of the Yadus Dwaraka. When he bowed at his feet, the king saw that his objection was unprecedented. His head was down, and tears glided from his lotus eyes. Seeing Arjuna pale due to heartfelt anxieties, the king, remembering the indications of the sage Narada, questioned him in the midst of friends. So far what we are discussing is there are different inauspicious signs been explained in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam to give an hint that definitely very soon there will be earthly disturbances which will cause misfortune in the lives of the people in this world. And even today also, when men they feel the left part of their body starts trembling, this is an inauspicious sign. Some believe in that also today. For ladies, right hand part of the body. So here Maharaj Yudhishthira, he is very much concerned because he sensed actually that all these inauspicious, the evil omens are actually the indication that Krishna may be no more present. And he was very much concerned. One thing we can see that those who are good heart people, they have genuine concern for the well-being of the others. In this case, Maharaj Yudhishthir, he was the king of the entire world, and he was very much concerned about the well-being of the citizens of the country. But on the other hand, in the modern society, we can see those who are irresponsible king, they are just simply concerned about their personal gratification, their personal comfort, and they don't worry about taking care of the need of the citizens. In fact, the king is the representative of God. In the modern concept of this responsibility of the king is very much self-centered. They just see how we can, now I am in the ministerial position, if I can accumulate some money, then next maybe 3-4 generations in my family, they will have a very good life. So let me take this advantage fully. This is the mentality. I don't know what is happening here. In India, certain places are like that. Like we are coming from the state where this thing was very, very prominent. So many people who ascended themselves to the different ministerial positions, and later on, after investigation, report came that many of them were involved in money laundering and swindling money in many different ways. So they are not actually thinking of the welfare of the citizens. But here, a real king like Maharaj Parikshit, Maharaj Yudhishthir, he is concerned. So it gives us a parallel thinking that those who are devotees of the Lord, whatever responsibility they have, whether you be a temple president or you become the leader of your company or you become the boss of your house, you have certain people under you to manage, to take care. So first of all, the leader has to be truly Krishna conscious. This is number one principle. When leader is Krishna conscious, he will hesitate to go against the religious principles. And when leader becomes truly Krishna conscious, it will empower him to take decisions which will be good for all, good for him and good for people under him. So this is a lesson for us from this section. Now Maharaj Yudhishthir, he started asking, Arjuna, my dear brother, please tell me whether our friends and relatives such as Madhu, Bhoja, Dasara, or Arha, Satpata, and Andhaka, and the members of the Jadu family are all passing their days in happiness. In my respectable grandfathers, is my respectable grandfather Sursen is in a happy mood, and are my maternal uncle Vasudev and his younger brothers all doing well? His 7 wives, headed by Devaki, are all sisters. Are they and their sons and daughter-in-law all happy? Are Ugrasena, whose son was the mischievous Kamsa, and his younger brother still living? Are Shridika and his son Kritavarma happy? Are Akrura, Jayanta, Gada, Sarana and Satrujit all happy? How is Balram, the personality of Godhead and the protector of devotees. So this is also kind of, you can say, the culture here, reflecting that when we meet with our friends, relatives, we should always try to know about them, their welfare, their well-beings. This is a culture actually. And nowadays people, they are so much concerned about themselves, they don't have time, they don't have heart for others. Huh? Here we can see when Arjuna came back, even though Maharaj Yudhishthira is very much concerned about what is happening, but still he is asking, even by pointing the names of different individuals who are very close. Why it is mentioned like this? Because this shows his personal exchange, or you can say the love, the care he sincerely desires for them. Therefore, pointing different names of the individuals, he is asking Balaram, but he is not asking about Krishna. Then he is asking about Pradyumna. Okay. How is Pradyumna, the great general of the Vrishni family? Is he happy? And is Aniruddha, the plenary expansion of the personality of Godhead, faring well? Are all the chieftains, sons and of Lord Krishna, such as Sushena, Charudeshna, Sambha, the son of Jambavati, and Rishabha, along with their sons, all doing well? See, Prabhupada is saying in the purport, as already mentioned, Lord Krishna married 16,108 wives, and each of them had 10 sons. Therefore, 16,108 into 10 is equal to 161,080 sons. They all grew up, and each of them had as many sons as their father. And the whole aggregate was something near very big number, 1,610,800 means how much? 16,10,800 family members. Means 16 million. No. 160 million. 1.6 million. Okay, it's 1.6 million. Just one family in Dwaraka. Krishna is not an ordinary person. Sometimes some people, they criticize Krishna, they find fault with Krishna. That how come Krishna, he had so many, families, he had so many wives. People try to criticize Krishna. But the point is, what is your problem? Are you maintaining them? Are you giving something? They're dependent on you. And because those who are envious of Krishna, they try to see Krishna from the material perspective, they are actually envious. This is a sign of envy. Then what happens? Krishna, they don't get Krishna's mercy. To get Krishna's mercy, one should become the devotee of Lord Krishna. He should be appreciative. In Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime, we have seen that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, while discussing with Sri Ramananda Rai, he speaks about a very interesting point, the importance of devotee association. Why we are saying this? Like Krishna had a big family, right? We have a very big family also, ISKCON. If you say entire ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, is actually one spiritual family. apparently speaking, we have different gurus, they have their disciples, and everybody, they are trying to practice Krishna consciousness within their understanding. But if we want to see broader success of this organization, then we have to stay in the society as one family and understand the importance of taking care of each other in need. What is the greatest misfortune in this world? Mahaprabhu is asking to Ramananda Rai, he said, Krishna bhakta viraha vina dukkha nahi dekhi for. There is no greater sorrow in this world than separation from a devotee of Lord Krishna. So here Maharaj Yudhishthira, he is very much concerned. Are they all doing well? Are they happy? And in a society like ISKCON, when we are living in a multi-guru organization, we should also have similar kind of exchange, similar type of behavior among the different individuals. Then we ourselves will be very happy, and we can see the society also growing very nicely. Otherwise what happens? We just simply concern about our own well-being, then our spiritual success will be at risk. Because Krishna says, Suhidam sarva bhutanam jnatva mam shanti mrichati. So there should be the extension, that mood should be should be extended in an international society like ISKCON. So here he is asking, finally saying, Bhagavan api Govinda Brahmanya Bhaktavatsala Kachit Puri Sudharmayam Sukhamaste Suhridvrita. He is Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who gives pleasure to the cows, the senses, and the Brahmanas, who is very affectionate towards his devotees, enjoying the pious assembly at Dwarakapuri, surrounded by friends. So this is, from this question, one lesson for us is that when we ask about a great personality, we just abruptly don't mention the name and ask about how he is doing. This is the etiquette to be followed. The etiquette is, Yudhishthira Maharaj, he wants to know about how Krishna is doing. But how he is asking? The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who gives pleasure to the cows, the senses, and the Brahmanas, means he is glorifying him first. This is our tradition. Like there is a statement that a disciple is not supposed to reveal his guru's name. What does it mean? He should not speak his guru's name to anyone? No, this is the etiquette. Like we say, Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Astotra Sato. Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada is the founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. This gives kind of respect to such an elevated Acharya who has established a worldwide organization. Therefore, in ISKCON etiquette, you will see, go to any center, in front of Prabhupada's Vyasasana, there will be a sign written, the founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. Because this is what actually the etiquette is. So in this case, Maharaj Yudhishthira is asking the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, and What is his glory? Who gives the pleasure to the cows, the senses and the brahmanas. And then he is saying, who is very affectionate towards his devotees. Let us read this purport, because this is very important verse. Here in this particular verse, the Lord is described as Bhagavan, Govinda, Brahmanya and Bhaktavatsala. He is Bhagavan, Swayam, or the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, full with all opulences, all power, all knowledge, all beauty, all fame and all renunciation. No one is equal to or greater than him. He is Govinda because he is the pleasure of the cows and the senses. Those who have purified their senses by devotional service of the Lord can render unto him real service and thereby derive transcendental pleasure out of such purified senses. Prabhupada is saying, those who have purified their senses by the devotional service of the Lord can render unto him real service. So then, until our senses are purified, we cannot serve the Lord? Or should we just desire to purify the senses, then serving the Lord? No. As a conditioned soul, we are born with a defect. And if we always see that, okay, first of all, I should purify myself 100%, then only I can serve the Lord, it will not happen. It is not practical also. Therefore, what we should do is, whatever condition may be, Bhagavatam says, sthane sthita sutigatam tanubang manobhi. Whichever situation we are in, from that situation, we should be doing this service. But, having said that, we should not think, okay, now I am doing this service, my purification will happen. Yes, it will happen, but what is your intent? What is your consciousness? What you are trying to achieve in your life? If a devotee becomes a truthful follower of Krishna conscious principles and he serves with full dedication, means he has given his life to Krishna, then Krishna will ensure that purification happens. Like every morning we are chanting, Chetadvarpanam Arjanam Bhav Mahadavagni Nirvapanam Sreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam. This verse, we are praying to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that this holy name, right? This holy name has a potency to purify our consciousness. So holy name will purify, holy name is not different from Krishna. That means Krishna is going to do that. We cannot order Krishna, now I want this, you do it for me. Purification will not happen just like that. Krishna is watching your sincerity. When Krishna sees you are sincere and without being pretentious, we understand our position actually. This is very important. Every devotee should recognize their position. We should not artificially make a show of our position to gain more respect or recognition from the people that we live with. Because by being artificially, by presenting oneself in an artificial platform, we cannot achieve anything. Therefore, devotee should be truthful. One of the quality of a devotee is he is truthful. Truthful means one explanation is he speaks truth. But he is truthful to himself in the sense that he always recognizes his drawbacks. He doesn't try to cover it up. And then he discusses with the trustworthy friend, like Rupa Goswami is saying, Guiham akhyati prichati. Everybody have their friends, trustworthy friend, not any friend. Then they reveal their mind in confidence and they help each other. This is the sign of truthfulness. And this is how actually changes happen. The purification happens in one's life. Then when we are purified, for example now what is happening, when we are not having a pure consciousness, we have not purified, we will be doing because we are asked to do some service. But there is not much relish happening in Krishna consciousness. At a time you will feel demotivated, there will be some other desires becoming more prominent, minimizing the importance of becoming a devotee of Krishna. But when one has been awakened to the platform where to some degree he has been purified, his way of thinking will be different. He will not always think of his personal aggrandizement, success, name, fame, adorations. It will gradually diminish. The bhakti is, then you know that your bhakti is kind of, on the right track, or you are successfully practicing bhakti. If one is not able to detect his own situation in this world, he should know that his bhakti is not proper. Because bhakti pareshanubhava virakti anyatra. When we practice devotional service, the example have been given, just like when you eat, maybe you are taking lunch for example, you are hungry, you are taking lunch. Do you need to ask the friend who is sitting next to you, hey, is my belly full? Do you confirm with your friend that, can you tell me whether I am satisfied? Whether you are getting strength, who will tell? You will tell, right? Tushti pushti kshun nivritti. You are getting satisfaction, your body is getting nourished, and your hunger is disappearing. That you know by eating food. Similarly, when we practice devotional service, then it also similarly, what will happen? Pareshanubhava virakti anyatra. You will have realization about God and virakti anyatra. Virakti anyatra means you will naturally feel detached from things or activities which are not in relation to Krishna. This name, fame, adorations are nothing to do with Krishna. Because even if somebody does not recognize you, still you can serve him. Right? So when a devotee is coming to that platform, then he should know that he is growing, his bhakti is also proper, and purification is happening. So he continues, only the impure conditioned living being cannot desire any pleasure from the senses, but being illusioned by false pleasures of the senses, he becomes servant of the senses. So that is what we are trying to say. until we know that my bhakti is proper, or how can we know that my bhakti is proper? That we are not dependent on the pleasure derived from the senses. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, this body will work on its own, its nature, by its nature. Now you are hungry, you go and eat. Now you have to take bath, you will go take bath. This body will tell you what to do. And therefore, we need his protection for our own interest. The Lord is the protector of cows and the Brahminical culture. A society devoid of cow protection and Brahminical culture is not under the direct protection of the Lord, just as the prisoners in the jails are not under the protection of the king, but under the protection of the severe agent of the king. Without cow protection and cultivation of the Brahminical qualities in human society, at least for a section of the members of society, no human civilization can prosper at any length. By Brahminical culture, the development of the dormant qualities of the goodness, namely truthfulness, equanimity, sense control, forbearance, simplicity, general knowledge, transcendental knowledge, and firm faith in the Vedic wisdom, one can become a Brahmana and thus see the Lord as He is. And after surpassing the Brahminical perfection, one has to become a devotee of the Lord, so that his loving affection in the form of proprietor, master, friend, son, and lover can be transcendentally achieved. The stage of a devotee which attracts the transcendental affection of the Lord does not develop unless one has developed the qualities of a Brahmana, as above mentioned. The Lord is inclined to a Brahmana of quality and not of false prestige. Those who are less than a Brahmana by qualification cannot establish any relation with the Lord. Just as fire cannot be kindled from the raw earth unless there is wood, although there is a relation between wood and the earth. Since the Lord is all perfect in Himself, there could not be any question of His welfare. And Maharaj resisted, refrained from asking this question. He simply inquired about his residential place, Dwarakapuri, where pious men assemble. The Lord stays only where pious men assemble and takes pleasure in their glorifying the Supreme Truth. Maharaj Yudhishthira was anxious to know about the pious men and their pious acts in the city of Dwaraka. So Prabhupada is making a comment here about the importance of becoming a Brahmana. So many people, they think just by taking initiation, taking this Gayatri thread and chanting this mantra, he becomes a Brahmana now. Just becoming a Brahmana is not enough. One has to become a devotee of the Lord so that his loving affection in the form of protector, master, friend, son, and lover can be transcendentally achieved. Here Prabhupada is making a comment that position of a Brahmana is beyond, position of a Vaishnava is beyond the status of a Brahmana. When one becomes Vaishnava, Means, according to our organization, he is following the standards of Vaishnava behavior as given by Srila Rupa Goswami, and if he is perfectly following his sadhana bhakti, that sadhana bhakti will gradually bring him to the platform of bhava bhakti and eventually to prema on the platform when he will enter into his personal relationship with Krishna in form of whether indasya bhava, sakhya bhava, vatsalya bhava or madhura bhava. Therefore, to become just a brahmana is not enough. Our goal is not to become brahmana. Our goal is to become a servant of Krishna. So, you all are here, you are trying to, do your own thing. Also at the same time you are attending temple program, you are trying to learn things. So if we become more serious about the practices and whatever we study, we try to kind of understand with all seriousness, then we will feel the joy of Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, sometimes it may become like, become lackluster, and everything takes for easy doing because we have our many, engagements, many type of desires are floating around. So we have to be serious in Krishna consciousness. Anyway, maybe you want to share something from your end? You can talk anything. You can talk anything. Yes?
I like the point where you said that if you reveal your mind, then purification happens. Can you elaborate on that?
If you reveal your mind,
Then your purification will happen.
reveal, yes. So what is happening, you see, the context is being truthful to oneself. Being truthful to oneself means I understand my inner self very well, that I am in trouble, I need help, I need to shout out. But if I know that I need help, but I keep it concealed within myself, then I am not taking any help. Then what will happen? When I am not taking any help, there is no question of purification or growth. Here we are talking about the purification of the consciousness from inside. You cannot apply soap in the body and think that, oh, now my consciousness will be purified. You have seen, we hear from different devotees, maybe same subject, but it will have different impact on us. To some degree, all of us have this kind of an experience in our life. Why? To the degree the devotee is practicing, he is free from the anarthas. To that degree, his words will have influence in me to give up my contaminations. Therefore, when you know that here is a sincere devotee, he is a senior devotee, I can see his words, his behaviors are matching. And then when I ask him and he being pleased, when he instructs something, then you will see it will be working. But what happens sometimes, sometimes we go to a senior devotee And we don't necessarily seek their guidance. And they also understand, and they will also not reveal everything. And that kind of exchange will not help. We need to have, first of all, some intimacy, some personal connection. He should understand me, first of all. And then when we have this kind of exchange, and we kind of talk, he will think about my well-being, and when he instructs, that will work. Krishna consciousness is a science, but it is not a superficial relationship, science of superficial relationship. It is a science of true relationship. So main thing is everybody should have their friend in Krishna conscious career, trustworthy friend who they can very freely discuss with their challenges. Yes, Prabhuji.
You mentioned in the words of Chaitanya Maharaj that if there is a Mahaprabhu that please cleanse our mind so that we can chant and be pure to do more real service to Krishna. So when we chant, even if we are impure right now, and we are chanting to please Krishna, so how should we chant so that we don't take it as granted that no, this is not for purification, it's for chanting to please Krishna also?
No, here you see, there are different types of prayers. Srila Narottam Das Thakur, he says, Samprarthanatmika, Dainyabodhika and Lalasamai prayers. So the prayers categorized like this, Samprarthanatmika. Samprarthana means when we go to the Lord, you pray to Him, you say, my dear Lord, just like a young boy and young girl, they are attracted to each other. When will that day come in my life? I will be similarly attracted to you for your service. Means he sincerely wants to engage himself in an unpretentious way to serve the Lord. Because this is what he has been, being guided by the authority, by senior devotee. So he says, how they are attracted. I want to have similar kind of attachment towards you. Okay? This is one type of prayer. The other type of prayer, this is Vaishnava prayer. Other type of prayer, Dainyabodhika. Dainyabodhika means he recognizes his pitfalls, his challenges. Like he will go before the Lord, he will say, my dear Lord, you are in my heart, you know everything. But when I come before you, I feel ashamed of revealing my feeling before you because they are so dirty. All my offenses, all my sinful activities, you know. How much can I say? Means he is truthfully submitting himself before the Lord. Oh, I went, I am not supposed to steal apple from the garden, but I stole apple. Just not this one, literally, but that he had committed some mistake, but he is telling to the Lord. And sincerely regrets for his mistake before the Lord. That is the way purification happens. And Lalasamai means, that is normally Lalasamai Prarthana prayers is again in the platform of Bhava Bhakti. Happens. At that time he is praying to the Lord, he is saying, my dear Lord, when will you tell me that, fan me like this for your pleasure, that will best please you? When will you instruct me to fan in a way which will be pleasing to you? Like this. Again, service prarthana, lalasa. So this kind of prayers actually helps. And according to Narottam Das Thakur, we should be, praying under one of these categories. Then that will be helpful. Make sense? Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhu, you mentioned about ISKCON being a big spiritual family and we should be together.
Yeah.
We see that sometimes when devotees have disagreement, then they stop coming to temple. So my question is, if someone has a disagreement, then what should they do? Because I think that if they don't come to temple, they are not making spiritual progress. So, but how to act on that?
We should always have a positive attitude towards them. Because what happens, what we think, after some time it will appear in our action, in our behavior. It will become our habit. It will create a culture. So therefore, in outside world, there is a lot of emphasis given to the positive thinking. This is science is good actually. When we are living in that kind of an environment, we find somebody is apparently, not up to the standard or is committing some, he's in ignorance. What we should do is, we should be compassionate to them, and if we can see they are creating some hurdles, if we are not in that position means you should be senior or in authoritative position, or you are equal to him, and you are not envious, and you sincerely seek his genuine growth in Krishna consciousness, then you can talk to him. Otherwise, we should maintain a respectable distance and let other people deal with him. But we should not at the same time carry any grudge or any ill feeling towards him. That is best for our spiritual growth. Because we are in a big organization now. Krishna is actually doer, he is doing everything. Who am I to kind of intervene in certain situation? Maybe, let Krishna decide how it happens. But three things you have to consider. If I am in position of an authority, superior to him, or I have a personal connection with him, so I am held responsible to some degree. Then my approach should be free from envy. And another ingredient of approach is that I am sincerely desiring for his well-being, his growth. Then, okay. Otherwise, we should just, keep quiet, take care of ourselves.
Yes, thank you so much for this.
Huh?
Thank you for this amazing lecture. It was very insightful. I have a question about, we were talking about seriousness. I don't we should be serious. So how that seriousness looks from outside and how that looks inside in world also.
The seriousness from inside that you can know means you ask yourself one question every time. Why? And you find the answer. What is the answer coming to you? I did this. Why did I do this? Or because maybe I am looking for some recognition. No. I did this because, I was asked to do it. Why did you do that? Because I think this is how I can grow in Krishna consciousness. So like this, you keep on asking why, then you will know exactly where you are standing. Okay? From inside. From outside, because we are in a devotee society, sometimes devotees will give their feedback to us, and we should be accepting it without assuming a reactive mood. And we accept what needs to be improved, and if there is something good, the credit goes to Krishna. And he doesn't, feel much possessiveness. This is how he should kind of continue. In general. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki, Samveta Bhaktivinoda ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. You didn't tell me, you should have told me.